All right, folks, I'm back, and today I want to share with you another grading company. There's some videos out there on this grading company, and I really like them. They're very reasonable price. They're not like PSA or Beckett, where they basically rob you on getting a card graded. They rob you on price, and they rob you on how long it takes you to get your card back. Now you can pay more money to get your cards back sooner if you choose to upgrade your shipping. So traditionally for these two companies, PSA and Beckett, it's about a 30-day turnaround. And I know, I get it, they're big companies and they have a lot of cards that's submitted to them all the time. But just the price and the time, just to me, is obscene. Now I'm going to talk to you about GMA Grading Company. Little small outfit out of Florida. I've seen people badmouth them, but I don't see any problem with them. They're very legitimate. Some of the things they would say, oh, they rank everything a 10. Everything is a Gen Mint 10, and that's not true. So I'm going to show you some of my collections, some of the ones I had submitted to them, and the cards that I got back, and we'll look at them together. And I promise you, they're not all Gen Mint 10s. And I have a variety of cards here, some older cards, newer cards. Even some of my newer cards did not come back Gen Mint 10. So let's get started. This is a 1994 Upper Deck Derek Jeter. As you can see, it came back 8.5. It's a good looking card. I might be able to see something on the edges. I think that's what's knocked it down. So to me, it's legitimate. So the rating 8.5 to me is legitimate. Here's a little bit older card. This is a 1986 Fleer. This is Rod Carew, and they gave it a 8, near mint 8. I don't see much wrong with this card. And so if they gave 10s, to me this probably would have deserved a 10. You know what? I think I see it now. See his arm here? There's a little border where his arm is. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that way. Maybe his arm should go all the way through the card. But I have to look at some other ones to see if that's true or not. But anyway, there's an 8. Here's a 1981 Don Russ, also an 8. So now here's a real older card, 1970. So that's, this card is 48 years old. And Alan Page, a 6. Nice looking card for the age, but I can see where it gets to 6. The borders are not even. Some of the corners up here is a little soft, so legitimate ranking. Now here's a Gen Mint 10. This is a newer card, 1991 Dream Team. I'll take both of these out. I sent these in, and I pulled these straight from some 1991 Upper Deck packs. So the packs were brand new. Open them up, and I found one of these in a couple of packs. So getting a 10 when the cards have never been handled by hand is legitimate. All right, I submitted 4 Payne Stewart. And as you can see, I sent in all 40s at the same time. We got an 8.5, we got an 8, an 8, and a 5. And the corner here is kind of turned up a little bit. I didn't notice that. If I would have seen that, I would have never submitted it. Down here you have some issues. And on the side, so 4 cards, 2 of them the same, but again, not just 10s. They rank and rate cards just like in grade cards to me, just like any other company. Got this 1991 Griffey. Looks pretty good to me, but it's a 9. And here's one that I got back as a 10. That's a good looking card. Beautiful card. And I got a 10 on that one. Another Griffey, and I received a 7. I mean, look at the borders. The borders are almost perfect evenly all the way around. But they seen something on this card and something on the surface. Maybe it's faded a little bit, but they gave me a 7. So GMA, don't just give 10s. Here's another 7. Again, good looking card. Don't see much wrong with it, but only received a 7. Another Griffey card, 8.5. Looks pretty good. This corner up here may be some issue with it, and maybe that's what knocked it out, getting a higher grading. And I forgot to mention, $3 a card to get graded at GMA, and they return them within 7 days. Quick turnaround. And guys, you can't beat that. And again, I purchased PSA because they're the industry standard. I like Beckett and I like PSA as far as what I want to own, because of everybody else believe that they're the 2 grading companies, that cards you have to have. But when I'm looking at my budget and cards that I want to get graded, I'm not sending it off to those 2 organizations, because honestly, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on the number of cards that I would like to get graded. And I can spend $3 to get a nice grade. The cases are excellent. Just like PSA, I would rate their cases just like PSA. Beckett does have a nicer and thicker case that they provide. All right, here's a 1989 Donruss rookie, 8.5. Don't see much wrong with the card. The borders look pretty even, but 8.5. We got a 1990 Upper Deck King Griffey Jr. and an 8, and I can see that the borders are not lined up properly, so that's probably what knocked that down. We have a Derek Jeter 7. But if you look at that card, it's a nice looking card and the borders don't look too bad. Griffey, 6.5. Might be 1 or 2 soft corners, but it's only a 6.5. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy with a 6.5, but I just want to show you that this company don't just give 10s. And here's a big variety of different gradings. Here's another card I submitted. Nice looking card. Not much wrong with it that I can see, but it's 8.5. Here is a 1990 score. Love this card, period. Only received a 7.5 with it. Nice, decent looking card. Not much what I can see wrong with it, but only a 7.5. Here's the same Tiger Wood I showed you a minute ago, and this one only received 8. So again, they received 2 of these cards. They didn't like, oh, okay, let's give them a high score. Nope. I received an 8. Here is a Joe Namath, 1971. This is an old card. Nice, decent old card, but a 5. Dan Deerdorf. Again. Nice looking older card, 1973, but a 6. Bart Starr, Packers, 1971 tops, a 5. You can see the corner here, but that's typical for an older card like this that's been handled a lot. But also GMA feels like it's typical, and they ranked it and rated it properly. Jack Ham, Pittsburgh Steelers, and a 5.5. These are nice cards, and I'm glad to have them in my collection. Johnny Unitas. These cards are worth a little bit more money than your average card, but nice looking Johnny Unitas. The sides and borders off a little bit, but still, this is a nice card for his age, but only a 6.5. Let's keep it going. All right, here's a 1971 George Blanda, 5.5. Bubba Smith, 1970. Great looking card for his age, but still only a 5.5. All right, 1971, and another decent looking card for his age, a 6. We got a Tiger Woods, and you know, this is a newer card, 2000. I mean, it's 16 years old, 2002 upper deck, but nevertheless, it's considered a newer card, and it only received 8. And here's a 1993 classic, Best Gold Derek Jeter. Like this card, and still nice looking card. Can't see much wrong with it, and only received an 8.5. This is what we got here. This is a beautiful card. This is a Scott Rowland. I really like the way this card look. To me, it looks pretty good. And maybe it has some issues down here a little bit, but as you can see, only an 8. Another Tiger Woods, nice looking card, 8. Tiger Woods, 9. This is one of these stand-up pop-up cards, I think it is. It has 2 different players on the front, 2 different players on the back. It's a combination. I really like this card. I had it graded 8.5. Here's a card that I thought was really a nice looking, 1999. Again, it's 19 years old, but still thought I'd get a better grade in a 6.5. But it proves my case again. GMA does not just give out 10s or high scores. Another Griffey, decent looking card, a 7. I'm sorry, 2001 Upper Deck, Tiger Woods, just an 8. Here's a Tiger Woods that this is the 3rd scratch off type card I have. And this is a nice looking card, and can't see much wrong with it, and only got a 6. All right, guys, going to cut the video off from that and do a part 2. Got some really nice old Negro League cards to show you. And I sent those off to GMA to get them graded. And we'll look at those. And you guys tell me what you think of them.